Hello, this is Zeke777, and welcome back to Ars Nouveau. Today's going to be a little bit different of an episode today, and that is because today is, well, it's the last episode. This server has been going for a while now. It's now almost February. Well, it'll be February when this comes out. And it's been going on since I think about September or so. And I have to say, I'm really proud of what all we've gotten done. But it's not just me on this server. So, I guess currently it's just me. But there's been a lot of other people who work on the server here, or work, play, whatever you'd like to call it, building around here, and I'd like to give them kind of some of the recognition that they deserve, because, like I said, there's a lot of people working here, and there's been a lot of cool progress. So we're going to start over here. The start of our world tour is going to start over here with Zacharus. He's been my neighbor pretty much since the server started, and he has gotten a lot done. Namely, this biome. It's a thing. It does still say Dark Forest. We are no longer in that Dark Forest. We are now in the Dark End Forest. He kind of came up with his own little end theme here. I think these are all custom trees. I can't remember exactly. He had one big tree over here, but it got blown up, I think. But he has done a lot throughout the entire... Yeah, that's the thing he did too. Throughout the entire life of the server, he's been here building, just kind of building whatever he wants. Started with this big spire here, built an airship. He's got this whole biome, which he, by the way, I should point out, had to painstakingly place one at a time because the shadow grass here has to actually be bone mealed, can't use the grow spell. So yeah, it was a lot of work. And he deserves recognition for that. Up here we have his shop. This is, we haven't been over here I think on camera too much, but I've stopped by a few times. This is Dark Ritual. It is his shop. I think he's the only one who actually set up a shop on the server. He takes payment in the form of, well, everything's free at the moment because we're going to be starting a new server. But basically you can come over here. He's got a bunch of different things that are in farms. He's got an iron farm. He's had that going for a while. Most of the rest of these have been from, I think, Drigmes he had for a while. As well as he was selling the tier 3 books up here as well. I think he's currently sold out though. Yeah, so 20 diamonds each, not bad. Yeah, he's been pretty much the only economy on the server, but he's had this open, and yeah, he's been really helpful. It's also worth pointing out that he does have a flight ritual over the whole base, so we can take an aerial view here. This airship, which basically, I think he said he modeled it off the regular vanilla end ships, and I do want to point out he's been really busy with the armor stand mod. So we have armor stands on here that you can pose in different shapes and poses, I guess. So yeah, he's got that set up here and a portal directly to the end. So kind of cool. I really like what he's done with this whole area. Just the use of color in here, it's really cool. Giant tower, it's a good beacon to see things. And of course, his iron farm, very helpful. But it's been great living right next to Zacharus. He has had, I think I never actually made a nether portal. I've just used his every single time. There used to be an entranceway here, if you remember. It got blown up. Yeah, that's the thing. But been really cool living next to him, and yeah, this whole biome is just crazy. And stepping into the end here, there is a couple things I want to point out in here. So the actual end itself, the main end island, nothing too much going on here, although I think someone was doing some terraforming. So there's that. I've been fighting my wither fights underneath the ground there, and I also planted a couple chorus fruits not too long ago though, or chorus flowers rather, sorry, just to get them to grow. They're kind of a pain to find with better end, so wanted some here for people who would be joining us later. But I wanted to come over here, and I believe it's this teleport, to show off something of Zacharus's again. So here we are on another end ship, and if we go, he has a nice little vacation home. This area is really cool. He had to terraform quite a bit of this island, and if it'll load, then I can show it off. These trees are obviously not better end. This is from cork. These are green corundum from that. He's been farming that, and then the entwine is from Architect's Palette, I guess, which I think most of his building was using entwine. So sort of like use this as wood, custom trees, and I think he has a schematic for them, so you can just have the schematic cannon plop them down wherever. Yeah, but this whole area, He showed some before and after pictures, and it's quite a lot that he did. Like the water here, it was sort of just like I think there's a chunk border along here where it's just like flat line, so he had to do a lot of forming for that. He's got these little bridges. The vacation home itself has the nice little, I don't remember what you called this, but yeah, I like this little kind of background piece here above it. Really cool. I think he was planning on doing a beacon beam up through as well, but sure. Okay. So inside the building here, where is the front door? That's the front door. Yes. So to get in and out, he's got his front door, and then just a bunch of interior decorating in here. Some storage, I'm not entirely sure what all that is. And where do you go? Ah, up top. Okay, and then this goes back up to the top of the tower. Yeah, once we were able to use the portals horizontally there, they're great for going between floors or for really anything. Nice and compact and easy to build. I like that table. It's a nice table. But yeah, I wanted to show this area off because I know Zacharus worked really hard on it, and quite honestly, it's amazing. And then nearby, if I can get the world to load properly here, we have our Ender, which once again is making use of Ars Nouveau portals. There's an Endermite inside that area, I guess, and then basically just teleports them to the top of this tower, where they then fall down and can be killed. So, yeah. Really useful to have this. We haven't needed ender pearls for a while now because we've got thousands of them. But yeah, this whole island is really cool. I really like it. Zacharus, you did a great job. And two more neighbors over here. We have Motuco, not really sure, made a big volcano here. Once again, we're going to be dealing with Zacharus's goat lightning over here. I think it's set to go off randomly if there's a player nearby, so giant spire gets lightning, that's the thing. So if you see the screen flashing, that is why. Down here is Toxic Mint Tea, whom you may know from the Tome of Blood add-on here. So Tea made this, the Tome of Blood. It's basically a bridge between blood magic and Ars Nouveau. Yeah, it's kind of a cool living with people who are developing other add-ons and other mods. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun on the server. Another of our neighbors just south of us here is Axel. So Axel has this giant castle. I think the plan was he was going to have some moving staircases in there as well, kind of like Harry Potter. He's got a nice windmill here. Let's fly up there. My flight spell, or flight ritual rather, ran out. If we come up here, yeah, it's been snowing a lot here with the seasons and such, but this whole area is just tremendous. Like, yeah, got gears just moving around here. But let's fall down. Yeah, just it looks really cool. This whole thing here, I think in the middle is the. It's been a while since I've been in this area. I think let's climb down the ladder, please. It's got a giant library down here with a moving staircase, which I'm not entirely sure how you make it move. I just know I've seen it move before. I apologize, it is a little dark in here. Let's get some vision here. So light, let's turn that into a self spell. There we go, now we can see. Yeah, like the detail work in here, it's great. The little hanging chandeliers, you've got the dark bookcases. I love what they've done with the place. And another of our neighbors here, I don't remember exactly who was working on this project. Over here, there was a number of different players who were helping out. This is the area called Lappin Logistics. We have a temple over here from a Yurin. He has a few of these. I think you saw one near my base as well. Let's keep our light going so it doesn't blink. He has these little teleporters which will lead directly to his base. So kind of throughout, just little teleporters. We also have this whole city. I believe this city is all hooked up with. That's reverse. I thought one of these you walk through. Okay. yeah, this whole city is all hooked up through source. So there is power all around here. I think this was Zacharus's room. But the town itself has a number of these little floating pylons. I think there's one right over here. And what these do is these basically just relay the source network throughout the entire area. So there's jars, I think, underground here. And it means that pretty much no matter where you are, you can just plop down a Drigme or a spell turret or something, and it'll all have power, which is pretty cool. Rook's books. Yes, Rook. Rook was one of the players here. I'm not sure if he's the only one or not. So, Villager Trading Hall. Much more impressive than mine. Yeah, I really like the city. I like that the kind of architecture all goes together. Apparently a loot chest here. Nothing useful. Yeah, I really like it. It's just a big area grid layout of, it's a city. I mean, it feels like a city. And I believe the original intent of this town was that if people wanted, they could come and basically just buy a house, and you could use it as either a starting base if you're just starting out, or you could have like your own little like island of, like, if you wanted a place to stop by or whatever, I guess. Site of future store, Lappin Logistics. I think a couple of these have signs saying that they're for sale. For sale, see Rook for details. So you can buy, you know, I'm gonna sleep in this bed. Need it to be night. Need it to be day, actually. I was looking for a bed for a while. But yeah, I like the whole town. It's all in the Archwood Forest biome here, so you have the bright teal green grass. Pretty cool. Let's see who else is on our tour here. Grinder is another area nearby. Let's hop over there. You may recognize some of this when we eventually get there. Fly, please. So I think this was drawing a blank on your name. Sorry. I used your create stuff for a while because this is where we crafted our mega firework of doom right down here. I think the instruction is the giant wall of create mechanical crafters. Yeah, we've been here a couple times. I think I have a clip from there. But yeah, he has this whole base underground here. I think the plan was to do, I think there's a storeroom around here somewhere, but can never remember where. Ah, here we go, yes. So the storage system that he went with here was really cool. Basically, similar to what I have with the carbuncles, everything in here is all hooked up with corporea. And the plan is basically you just have, I think, these chests over here were his default like drop-off chests. So anything that goes in here, that's really loud. It'll just get pulled out as fast as it possibly can, and it'll just go blindly into the first diamond chest that it can fit in. No sorting, no nothing, just storage. And then everything is hooked up with corporea, so we can just go over here to request it from the index. And another drop-off chest there. Kind of an interesting design for a storage system. And before I forget, this area was Silver Wolves. I'd forgotten your name for a moment there, but found it. Showing off some more of the builds on the server here. From Envious, we've got this sky island here above a Badlands. I hadn't actually seen this until, I want to say last week. I didn't even know that this existed, but I just thought it was really cool and I wanted to show it off. The floating, I really like just the way that the floating island was pulled off, the tower building here, as well as the bridge connecting it. I really like this. It's a really cool style. And another player whose base I hadn't seen until, well, literally just now, Timely Manor. So I've seen Timely come online. I haven't really talked too much because I think we were kind of off schedule, so I'd be at work while you're online, but I really like what we've done with the Guardian Temple here. This is underwater, so I'm assuming this is originally a Guardian Temple that's been overgrown with some archwood trees. I really like it. I always like big builds. I think it's pretty cool. As well as the base itself is over here. Looks like there's a farm set up with the create gantry carriage, which is pretty cool. I do apologize, my computer is struggling a little bit here on rendering everything because traveling a lot does that. But yeah, I like what you've done with the place. I like the giant temple area. That's pretty cool. And heading back a little bit closer to our base here, our nearby neighbor Alex, just north of us, with this flying castle, and there's a windmill down below as well. Really cool castle, I like it. Floating things are always cool. Didn't like smacking my face into the wall there, but I like your castle. It's really cool. I like the floating. I think, is there something down here that's spinning? I thought I saw that spinning. Maybe not. No, it is spinning. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Yeah, so the bottom spins. Really cool. I like it. And then if we head this direction, we can see a footpath. So this was a small project. It is largest scale, I guess. This is a project that we kind of just took on. We started to connect a bunch of bases together with these footpaths. So this one here connects from Alex's place over here. I made this. Over here is the other exit. This place, I think we've got underground here, we've got some more of the mega torches everywhere, so there's no spawns, so you can walk around, you can ride around on a horse, and this goes just directly back into our base, following the footpath. So you can see that direction there, back to our base. And if TPS was doing better than the 8.6 that it is right now, just continuing south on the footpath here, we've got a Pillager Outpost. Used it a few times. It's pretty useful having one nearby. But if we continue this direction, we will get over to Satcat. In reaching the end of our footpath here, we are at Satcat's place. It's a nice little town here. I like all these buildings. I like the architecture. And then over here is, I believe, Satcat's kind of like main headquarters base, which is, I believe you said the design style was a magical dojo. Is that right? He's got the arcane meteor in the middle here that's powering the whole base. Source generation's underground there. I really like the style here. I don't use that much color, and I need to. The use of color here I really like. Just bright colors everywhere. The dragon tree, the twisted logs. I love it. All of it. There's apparently a blaze somewhere around here. Probably nothing to worry about. Storeroom. Yeah, I like it. I think there's a way to get up top, but I honestly can't remember how. I think last time I was here I was bouncing around on a horse anyway. I'm continuously blown away by the creativity and just style and design of things that people build. Over here is Theoden. I only saw you for a few days because you kind of joined kind of near the end here while we already knew we were going to be resetting, so I don't blame you for not building too much on the surface here. But I love this tower. I've been struggling for how to use the archwood, like the gray planks here, and I really like your use of it here, your little wizard tower. It's awesome. Stop hurting me. I like your tower. It's really cool. Back up here near my base, I mentioned the teleport temple. Underneath it, we got a little carried away. So at one point, Yurins messaged me on Discord saying, hey, can I build a teleport temple over that canyon between, or over that chasm, whatever it's called, between your base and Zacharus, which at the time was this little thing here that we built a nice little bridge over. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, but it's a little small to build over. But we've got some new explosive spells we wanted to test out. Maybe we could make a bigger hole for you. Yeah, so we did that. Blew out this whole area. It's still a little rough on this side. I'd started to clean up over here to make it look a little bit more natural, a little smoothed out there, instead of like this you can clearly tell was blown out by TNT, or TNT spell at least. Anyway, we did that, got down all the way to the bottom and found a big cork lava lake, and decided it wasn't big enough. So then we decided to start filling it in, which worked for a while, but then we did hit the maximum. I guess Create doesn't like going over 10,000 buckets. Yeah, so big lava lake down there, because of course you want your temple floating precariously over a lava pit. Yeah, so this is a fun thing to build and blow up. It was a lot of fun to just kind of have an area where we could test very dangerous explosive spells. I think it turned out okay. And if I can get to the teleporter here without dying. Hey, we did it. We have a teleporter to Yurins' house. And that actually teleported faster than I thought it would. it's been really slow lately. Like I said, the server is struggling. It's been struggling for a while here. 8 TPS is not good. But over here at Yurins' house, when you go through any of those teleporters, you arrive at his little teleport dock area. Nice little samurai up top there. And then you have the temple, like huge area here. When I last had been here, I believe all that was built was that only up to about that line. That's all I had seen. And then I had, I think I'd gone on vacation, I'd gone on a trip for a bit, so I hadn't been online for a while. And then I think Yurins said that their computer stopped working very well, so they weren't able to play anymore. And then I came over here and saw this place, and it is amazing. Like, just the scale of this, the design, I love it, the whole thing. The theme is, of course, you've got the different colored grass here. So Botania has the colored grass, which goes really well with the various archwood from Ars Nouveau. Different mods, but same 4 color palette of blue, purple, red, and green. I love it. The use of the different colors here. You've got the archwood planks again that, again, I didn't know what to do with. It all goes so well together. Giant temple here, of course. I think I saw your storeroom was inside. Really cool. Also good use of all the gold that we have from our gold farm. So glad to see someone was making use of it. But yeah, I just love this entire base. And of course we can't do a proper world tour without visiting some of the things that we've had our own hand in. Such as this place. It was an interesting project. It didn't work out how we had intended. I wanted to be able to get renewable carbuncles. Instead, we got a massive slime mana farm. The scale of this is just crazy. Absolutely more than we need. More than anyone needs. It works really well. It's very useful, I suppose. These guys, I think... I can't look that direction, right. I think I've got around 40, 50 mana pools in here. The bottom ones are mostly filled. These top ones are not, just out of they were the last ones I placed. It's crazy. It definitely outputs more than my mana generation at my base. Yeah, it was a fun build. Giant massive scar on the land, of course, so there's that. But yeah, this was, like I said, this was a group effort. I think it was Satcat, Silverwolves mostly. They helped me dig out the whole area. I never did fill in the glass. I had started to over this direction. I can't even show you. Off that direction. Can't look that direction because it'll drop my frame rate to 3. But yeah, this was a very large project. I'm glad that we did it, so know that we could. Yeah, it was a little crazy. And finally, if we type /home, we get put back here. Our home. Like I said at the beginning, I'm really proud of what we were able to build here. I tried to kind of scale up my architecture a bit, as well as try to add more detail in. I like putting the fences. Fences help everything. I like the style. One thing is that I found has helped me on this base a lot. It has been trying to use similar themes and similar feels for each of the buildings. So like obviously the main themes here are dark oak, deep slate, and living rock. I think just about every build uses those 3 in some capacity. So it has a little bit of living rock in the trim there. Arcane stone as well, of course, for the purple. Mostly just because this is Ars Nouveau. But I have found that helped me a lot for when I'd hit like blocks and not really know what to build. Not blocks as in, you know, Minecraft, but blocks of not knowing what to do. Tower here, the clock tower, I didn't really know what to do with it to begin with. And once I just embraced saying, you know what, let's just go with the same blocks palette that I've already been using. And take it from there. And I'm really happy with how the whole thing turned out. It all ties together. You can see that it's all kind of a common theme. It looks like it was built together. A few of the details that I've added between is this building here. So this one I built up top here, and I really didn't know what to do with it. I just had a big empty area, and I knew I wanted different floors, but that was about it. In fact, I don't even have a way to get to the top there. But what I did is I moved my villagers in here. I've got these little monitors so I can see how many emeralds, how many melons, because that's the main thing I sell to them. Yeah, I think what I should have done, and I should have done it much earlier, was set up a trading hall, like a proper trading hall. because these guys can be over here. They don't need to be loaded, so it didn't make sense to have them waste loaded chunk capacity up in the main storeroom there. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Obviously, I have more room I could expand if I wanted. Down below here, my idea was a restaurant, tavern, bar. Yeah. I have myself singing here just because I had a head, and my 5-year-old told me that he didn't want me to use Zacharus' head, he wanted my head. So, yeah, he wanted me, I guess. Anyway, just a little area. It was fun to have a little place here to just build small details. Like, obviously I could have done more detail, like paintings and stuff and walls and such. But it's fun to just have a little small area here with no real actual useful purpose. Like, this whole building it's useless. There's no real use to it, and I kind of forced there to be use with the villagers here. But it was a fun project. Another of the themes that I wanted throughout this whole base was vertical. I wanted to have things crossing over. I wanted bridges between buildings. I wanted pathways that you could walk on. And I think it turned out pretty well. So this goes over here. This is from the room we were just in. Over here, which is a factory, I guess. My thought when I started building this was I'd do something with create. And then I realized that I could just use other people's create and then have it do what I needed without actually building up all the infrastructure, just to not, spend time on it. I don't have that much time to play, and so I wanted to just build. And also, this building here was kind of my test for how to use effortless building. So by default, I think it's if I hold Alt, I can change how I build. Really useful. So if I want a wall, I can just kind of poof, there's a wall. And then I think Control Z will undo it. Yeah. Really cool mod. I really like it. And the actual build time on this building was really quick. Cause it's kind of, the same patterns here. So I could start with, big block of gray with the deep slate. I could then break out the holes and then put the purple behind it, put the fences. All of that is just built out of like a wall type thing. Just, boom. Which I think it's definitely been a big help. We are planning on using it in the next server as well. I think it's great. It'll help us for building hopefully lots of cool projects. Like I said, there's no interior here. It was just kind of a turn that off. I wanted a building. I wanted more things in this town. This whole area over here has been empty, so I built a building. I don't have anything in it though. Yeah. Another fun group project that we had here was the warps system. Unfortunately, by the time we finished it, we already knew that we were going to be moving to 118. And so because of that, I think there's still only a few of us on this network. We are planning on building this again next server, just much earlier. And ideally, put together a schematic cannon type schematic for it, so we can just kind of plop down things in people's bases of, hey, would you like to be part of our teleport network? And then we can just build a quick little teleport hub for them, just to join bases together a little bit easier. Although I will say the pathways here has been a fun project as well. I didn't really do too much with this building itself. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, to be honest. I just kind of put a circle on top of it. Was basically the plan. Yeah, I didn't really plan it out that much, but I'm happy with it. I like the interior here. You can tell that it's magical at least. I still have this little box, which is just kind of my general teleport box, so I can, if I put the witch, it says witch top because there was a bottom teleport to get there before I built it, and then a top once I had it built. Yeah, these individual warps, really useful. I'm going to step over here and it'll just teleport me wherever. Really useful. I keep saying that, but really useful. Other things around the base here, just as simple projects, not simple, but kind of smallish things, is the source generation. These, you'll notice there's no particles. These are actually off. They've been off for a while now. I didn't want to fall down here. The source generation at the moment that powers pretty much everything is actually at the moment a single carbuncle. Let's go over here. I think you're down there. Down that hole, there's just a small little field. Can I get down? There we go. Yeah. Oh, I guess I have 2 carbuncles. So, yeah, this is where almost all my source generation is coming from at the moment. They just send it into the drawer storage there, which then gets picked up by the carbuncle up top. How do I get out of here now? There we go. So if I can get back out of here, that was loud. The sugarcane is just powered directly off of the melon and pumpkins, so it's kind of random whenever it goes off, but it works. These guys, I can't remember if I have them. It looks like I have them turned on. Okay. I did have them off for a while just because I didn't need them anymore. But like I was saying over here, this has been turned off for quite a while. Something happened, and I don't know if it was, I tried to move the cows and such to be on a carpet instead of the rails. It's really loud. It didn't really work. At least I've been watching this for quite a while now. I've been out of beef for quite a long time. So, I don't know, something with this design, when I tried to fix it to be less entity intensive, ended up breaking the system. So, not ideal. I do have a new plan for what I want to do with those though next time. I discovered that if you have a rune up above there, a baby cow will not trigger it, but once it grows up, it does. So you can do some fun stuff with that. If you can have a cow trigger effectively any spell, and only when it's an adult, well, you can come up with some interesting designs. Is there anything else in this base worth showing off? Mana generation over there. I haven't used it a whole lot. Basically, once I got everything enchanted, I haven't needed it anymore. So it's actually turned off at the moment. Other than that, the other big project was this wall, which I had a lot of fun with this wall. Like I said, with the same thing of the buildings, being able to give yourself just a few colors to build with, in this case, the deep slate of various forms, both the brick and the cobbled deep slate walls, the dark oak, the spruce up top. It was a really fun project to just kind of decide, okay, I want a modular wall where I can build it in sections, where I can just go along, not have to really think about it. I can listen to a podcast or watch other people playing Minecraft on YouTube, and just build. And it was really fun. So I had to build the base manually, or the bottom of it manually, and then the top part, I think it was last episode, I built with the Create Schematic Cannon, which was a lot of fun. It's good to learn the new tool there. And a lot of fun building it. And one last thing. This spawner has been sitting here for a number of months. I moved it here, used Create. I have a teleport that sends things to right here, so I can hit anything with a blink and it'll get teleported here. So I put a rail line there and a cart assembler, that's what it's called, from Create. You can basically pick up spawners. It becomes part of the cart entity, and then you can teleport entities, so it's here now. And it's been here for quite a while. At one point, due to TPS issues, we did a couple kill commands. I apparently lost my minecart, and apparently what that does is it turns the spawner back into a real block. I did not know that. But it's been here ever since. And I'm done with it being here. And finally, I want to say thank you. It's been a lot of fun doing this season, this series. I've really enjoyed doing it. I've enjoyed working on the server with other people, getting to see what other people are building, be inspired by them, and hopefully inspire some of them. I don't know, maybe I did. I just enjoyed building and having fun playing Minecraft with others. I definitely recommend playing on servers. If nothing else, my frame rate is not too bad. It's only, I mean, it's 40, which is not great, but I don't have a great computer. But playing on a server, it offloads the processing of everything to the server instead of your own computer. So highly recommend it. But like I said, I want to say thank you to all of you who are watching, all of you who've subscribed. It's just been a lot of fun this season. I look forward to the next season and seeing what we can do there. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.